Hi, Sandy here. I'm going to be playing with my Victorian Gluebook some more. I hope to get it finished up this weekend. Or maybe not. So I've gathered up some things to cover 2 more pages. I'm going to start with this. Isn't this a pretty bedroom set? Isn't that beautiful? Of course, it's a magazine page. So I'm going to glue that down. So it's Friday evening, and they canceled school today because they said we're going to get a lot of snow. Well, so far we haven't gotten any snow, but after work this evening we did have some freezing rain, so the roads were kind of slick. And we go out to eat on Fridays. We ate at Olive Garden, and then we went to the grocery store and did our grocery shopping, and hopefully tomorrow we can stay home. Or not. I'd kind of like to make a trip to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. Not that I need anything. But you know, I think I should just spend money on myself when I want to, because I've been working full time for 41 years, and I deserve to have stuff that I want. And I don't ask for much. I don't smoke or drink or go out much or waste my money on a lot of things. So I can enjoy going to Hobby Lobby. Anyway, so there, that's down. I've got this tea set. Isn't that pretty? I'll glue that down. So I left work early today, and they didn't let us out early, but my job, I start in the morning at 5:30 a.m. and we have an on-site clinic. I work in a warehouse. I'm the janitor. We have an on-site clinic. I spend an hour and a half in the morning cleaning that. And then we have, at one end of the building, we have a smaller break room and 2 smaller bathrooms. And then at the other end, we have a larger break room and 2 larger bathrooms. They have like 5 or 6 stalls each. So I clean those, and I'm usually done cleaning by 11 o'clock. I pretty much have to be, because they start lunches at 11 o'clock and 11:30, and they all want to go to the bathroom before they go to lunch, the men. So I have to be done with the men's room by 11 o'clock. And then in the afternoon, I collect the trash from the offices and clean the break rooms again and read a book for a while. I don't do a lot in the afternoon, so, and I have a lot of vacation time built up, so I've been leaving at 11 o'clock quite a bit with the Christmas season and New Year's, and I've just been leaving a lot. Using up a little bit of my vacation time. I told my supervisor I would rather come in and get my work done and leave early than to take a day off or a week off. And he said, well, it's your vacation time. You have the right to take a week off. But no, I don't want to cover up that bed. But I said, no, I'd rather take a little bit here and there and leave early. So I left early and came home and took a nap from 11:30 to, I'm looking for my scissors, from 11:30 to 2:30, which is normally when I get off work, about 2:30. I get off work at 2 o'clock. I get home about 2:30. Anyway, so I took a nap until 2:30, and my daughter was still sleeping. She went to bed about 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and they canceled school today, so she didn't have to go to school. But that girl slept all day. And then we got dressed and went out to eat and went and did our grocery shopping. And then I was supposed to go to a crop tomorrow, but she canceled it, so that's fine. I'll play in my room tomorrow and finish my book. That's fine. Because of the weather, she canceled it. I go to a church. I don't attend the church. It's not my church. But a lady that does go to the church, she gets us a room once a month, and we crop. And they keep changing our room. But So she canceled our crop, and she only charges $10 for like 12 hours, and that's my kind of crop. And we don't have, maybe once in a while we'll have contests and stuff, but most of the time we don't have prizes, we don't have games, we just get together and craft, and a lot of them are quilters, any kind of crafts, not just scrapbooking or what, you know, you can do any kind of craft you want. So we just get together and have fun, and we bring some lunch and warm it up in the microwave, or sometimes sometimes we have a hot potato bar, a baked potato. We'll bake potatoes all day in a crock pot, and then bring bacon and the cheese and stuff to put on them. And sometimes we'll do that, but it's very, very informal. That's my kind of crop. You know, for me, my goal is to get away from my family for the day with no responsibilities, and catch up on my scrapbooking or get something accomplished. And I don't want all them games and stuff. I just want the time there. Look at this scrapbook paper. It's pretty. It's nothing special. Last night I went through, and I have 2 bins this deep full of scrapbooking paper standing up, plus a bin full of the holiday paper and stuff. And I went through and I chose, this is probably about 200 sheets of paper, because I only do 8.5 by 11 pages. I've said that a million times. And I cut them down. So first off, I cut an inch off the top to make them 11 inches, and then I cut this much off the side to make an 8.5 by 11 sheet. So I still have all the 8.5 by 11 sheets, which I would use for my scrapbook pages, maybe. But now I have all these wonderful scraps, and I've tried to choose a lot of vintage papers. And so, because when I'm always looking for a little bit of something to fill up some space, or a lot of something, and this is just perfect to go right here. So I'm going to glue that in there, and then I've got all my long 12 by 1 by 12 strips too that I glue together and make my border bases with those. I just love scraps. I love them. Some people actually throw some away or donate them. Give them to me. I love my scraps, and I use them. And like a Kleenex box with a print on it, that's scraps to me. I cut it up and cut all the words off and stuff, and cut them into little squares, and I use them to make tags and stuff. Oh, I'm a frugal girl, I tell you. Okay, so, and I've got this. I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to glue that into the corner. It's got a tree on it. I was thinking I'll put some kind of embellishment on there. It does have a tree on there, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, ooh, I need this. This is something I printed. Both of these I printed from Pinterest. And these ladies, I love these ladies. I just printed off a few pages of these. These glue books are supposed to be very frugal, but we collect our stuff, and it starts to add up a little bit of money, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Sometimes I gotta lift the corner of the page so I can see the edge of the paper. Oh, I got that upside down. Okay, we'll fix it. Okay. This, too, I printed off of Pinterest yesterday. That's a very common image. I see that a lot on Pinterest. And they use it in a lot of different styles, but I thought that was really pretty. Sometimes just one thing on your page will be like the main feature, and usually it's the people. And this is my main feature on this page. This is my main feature on this page. Most of the rest of it's just background. And this is from an ad for gingerbread for a house. I hope you can see that. It's white on white. I love gingerbread. When I put an addition on my house, we added on a... my house was built in 1965 or 4, I think 65. And it had it's very basic. It's 2-story. It had a 1-car attached garage. And it had a basic concrete stoop about 4 by 6. And it had an overhang across the front, going across most of the front of the house, so 4 foot, going out 4 feet. So we rented a jackhammer and we broke up that porch, that concrete porch, and we built a deck extending, it's probably 15 to 18 feet long, our deck. And it fits right underneath that roof. And we bought that fancy plastic railing and some pretty posts, and we added that. And then we added some gingerbread to that, the little corner pieces by the porch posts. And then like I started to say, we tore out our garage, with a 1-car attached garage, and we had an addition built with a garage. It's too wide and too deep. It's 20 by 40, and it's got a gable in the front. I bought gingerbread to put up there in that pointed area, you know. And it's 2 stories high, and our family room is above the garage. And the staircase for the house was right there, and it leads right to the top of the stairs, and that's where the entrance to the family room is. And that's been 10 years now. And my craft room used to be in the corner of the family room, and just this last May I moved into this spare bedroom, and I'm glad I did. I do miss being right there with my family all the time, but that's all right. It's kind of nice to have my own space. I can videotape a lot better in here because we don't have to worry about the TV and stuff. My husband it's his night off, so he's watching TV right now. Okay, I've got this. I got postage there. I'm just going to grab this right here. I feel like I need to add some glue to that. Yeah, I'm going to put that right there. I'm just getting started. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I take all of my stickers off of the original packaging and I put them on these sheets of wax paper. Most of the time I glue them onto a piece of paper. Here's one that I have glued to a piece of paper, and that's actually better, but I just took a little shortcut and did not do that this time. I'm looking at this bird right here. Where can I put this bird? It's so pretty. I'm going to put it right there. Or maybe right there. I'm feeling like it needs some more glue. So right now Hobby Lobby has everything Paper Studio brand 50% off. But I don't need anything. I don't need anything. But is that going to stop me? No. No, I'm going to go, I think. Because they're going to have the streets plowed and everything. So I think I'm going to go tomorrow and buy some stuff I don't need. I think I'm spending more on Gluebook stuff than I am on scrapbooking stuff because I'm caught up with my scrapbooking. I'm probably going to put in an order for some more photos pretty soon. I save them up on my computer, and when I get 100 photos, I place an order. I got this here shoe. I printed this page out from Pinterest. It came like this. And I immediately cut it all up and glued it onto a piece of paper so I can just pull off what I want. Yep, that looks nice. And same thing with this one. So hard to decide what I want. Here's a castle. Castle has nothing to do with anything. You don't have to match everything up. Sometimes you can. Sometimes I create like a little scene. This is sort of a scene. There's the bedroom, and here's a dress form, which would probably be in the bedroom. Have tea in the bedroom. Perfume in the bedroom. And here's the tabletop stuff. Yeah. I'm going to put the castle here by the bunny. Ticket. I haven't used a ticket on anything lately. On the last several pages. Where should I put the ticket? Ticket, 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 ticket. Right there, I'm thinking. And I see, you'll see this in a second. I'm getting a circle glued. Yeah, right there. And I think I got a whole bunch of circles here. I'm going to add another circle. So I like to have these little clusters. There. There. Hold on. Alright. Let's see. I'm thinking I need some roses someplace. There's some roses. Some assorted flowers. I'm going to put those... Where should I put them? Right there. Yep, that works for me. I'm going to use this thing just because it's there. Just going to use it up. Add it to my little cluster over here. I think I've got about everything I need on here. I'm going to look through a few more pages and see if anything strikes me. Ooh. I got this little swirl thing. I'm going to cut it out a little more closely. These are scissors from Dollar Tree, and I have a pink pair too. And I just really like them. They're really comfortable for my hand. A lot of people like those real fine, small scissors for this fine work, and that's fine, but my daughter got me these scissors right here. Aren't they nice? They got a little print on them. They're very uncomfortable for me. I'm used to having 2 fingers in there, and 2 fingers don't fit. So I just don't use those much. I use my big scissors because I use them all the time and I'm comfortable with them. Okay, I'm going to put this so... I like to kind of cover up these borders a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And I see this vase of flowers. It didn't print out very clear, but that's okay. I'm going to put that on, and I think I'm about done adding little embellishments. This is fun. I really collect all these little things, and I really enjoy using them. Okay. I think this page, I think I need something right there. It's not done. Okay. I bought a page of scrapbooking page and had all these birdhouses on them. And some of them were hanging off the edge. You can see these were hanging off the edge. And this was the bottom of one. It looks kind of like a chandelier, actually. And I'm going to put that right there. That's perfect. I don't like to waste anything. I use pretty much anything that I can. So now it looks like I got a little chandelier hanging there. Alright. Let's see. Got a little postcard here. I'm going to add this little postcard, and then I'm going to call these 2 pages done. Where am I going to put the postcard? I do not know yet, but I'm gluing it up. Let me see. I think right there. Right there. That's it. That's it. This is done. So I'm going to gather up some stuff and to do another 2-page set, and I will be back. Okay, I've set up some more stuff here. So we'll go over it as I glue things down. I got this calendar a few years back. Well, it might have been used. And I do 8.5 by 11 Gluebook pages most of the time. And I just could not bring myself to cut these down to 8.5 by 11. So I'm glad I'm doing this larger size format. So I'm trying to use up some of these. They're so beautiful. I love Victorian houses. I really do. So, and as I explained, I tried to turn my 1965 house into a Victorian house by adding gingerbread and stuff. I wish I could show you a picture of it. But it's pretty. My house is really pretty. I love Victorian houses. When my husband and I were looking for a house, we kept looking at all these older homes because that's what I wanted. But I had to have a 2-story house. I insisted, and we kept looking at these houses in our price range, and there would be an upstairs window, and then we'd take the tour, and well, where's the upstairs? There's no upstairs. Well, there's a window up there. No, that's just the attic. Oh, I need an upstairs. And so, I have a friend who's a realtor, and she was working with us, and she said, you go to the bank and fill out your loan paperwork before you even find your house, and they will tell you how much you're eligible to borrow. So we did that, and then when we found out she was having an open house, so we dropped in to see her and tell her how much we're eligible for, and it was this house, built in 1965. And she said, well, look at the house while you're here. No, I don't want this house. And she knows me. I said, I want a house with a front porch. And she says, oh, you can build a porch. And I don't think I can build a porch. Well, I ended up building a porch. The roof was already there. That's beyond my skills with the overhang. And we had no intention of buying this house. We just stopped in to visit her. And we looked around the house, and the bathroom is larger than your average bathroom. You know, some people might have bigger bathrooms, but in your average house, your bathroom is pretty small. Once you know, the actual floor space after the tub and toilet and sink, you probably got 4 square feet of floor space in your average bathroom. Well, ours is pretty good size. This is a big bathroom in this house. Plus, we have a half bath downstairs too. And then the backyard was huge. And my husband loves doing yard work and having a nice lawn. And it was in bad shape. We whipped it into shape though. But we've been in this house 16 years. But we had no intention of buying this house. So, I killed another glue stick. Gotta start a new one. See all those glue sticks in there? That's for making this book. And that's not for the whole book, that's just recently. But that's okay, because they're very inexpensive. And I think this black paper absorbs a lot more glue than other papers. So I try to be generous with it. Make sure everything sticks down good. This I printed from Pinterest with those other things that I recently printed. I just went and picked out a bunch of pretty ladies and printed them. And then, oh, this is off something that came in the mail back in November. 45-cent postage, and I just like the looks of it. The postage was certainly not 45 cents back in the day of this house. Okay, if these walls could talk, you know what? I think I'm going to use some fancy scissors and cut the edges a little bit. There, see a little difference on that? Just a little touch. Just a little touch. Okay. If these walls could talk, that's perfect for that house. Imagine the stories of that house and all the years it's been around. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'll have to find a little embellishment to put right there, cover that up, and I'm going to fill in some more stuff. Okay, now this gets a little bit tricky. I've got a lot of stuff here. I need to put this is just going to be the background. This is paper my daughter and I took out in the garage and did like 40 pieces of just regular printing paper, and we played with our watercolors, and I use this for background paper. Sometimes I'll do a whole Gluebook page on it, and most of it actually gets covered up, but it's good grab background paper. Okay, so I want that right there. Get all this stuff out from behind it. I just want to fill in this little gap here that's not going to get used. Okay, and then this is also background paper, so I need to get that on there. I tea-dyed this piece of paper, and it didn't really seem to make a lot of difference because it's old. I tea-dyed these book pages. They're from a book that was printed probably in the 70s or 80s, and so it's like 40 years old. And then I also tea-dyed some pages from a song book that is actually 100 years old, and they were already kind of discolored, so it didn't make a lot of difference tea-dyeing them. Now my paper doilies from the Dollar Tree, they really took the color well. You just never really know how things are going to turn out. But these papers are already older, so it's certainly off-white. Birds are not Victorian, but it's pretty. Birds are Victorian actually, because, well, this is not a Victorian bird, but the Victorians like their animals. They like to have pet squirrels and birds and stuff. They really did. I've done a bit of research on Victorians over the years. Not a lot, but that's one thing I learned, is they liked the small animals. Probably seeing my head here. I gotta get this lined up. Yeah, that looks good. Got a little bit of wrinkling going on, but I'm not going to worry about it one bit. Now this has to go around the curve of the page, so I kind of curled the edge of it. This is an old postcard, not a vintage postcard, but a reprint of a postcard. put that right there. I know this is going to fight me. I know that it is. Well, that's not too bad, I guess. And this is from a Victorian magazine. When I say Victorian magazines, I don't mean that they were printed in the Victorian times. I mean that they were printed in the 90s when decorating your house was very popular. And there was a lot of sources back then where to order Victorian style fences and decorations and all kinds of things back then in the 90s. And that's kind of gone out of fashion, but I had collected a lot of things from that era, and I really enjoy it. And I do have a few Victorian things in my house now, but that's over 20 years ago when I was still married to my first husband before he died of cancer, and I've moved a few times, so we're more traditional now. But I do love vintage stuff. Okay, and then I use a lot of landscaping stuff, and this is beautiful. This is a staircase, and it's so pretty with all these roses. And I like to have things with benches in them and all kinds of stuff. And I like pretty buildings and landscaping, and I save a lot of stuff. And I recently, this is January, the clinic where I clean every morning, each exam room, it's not a big clinic, we have 3 exam rooms. It's an on-site clinic for the employees. It's a nice benefit. But anyway, each exam room had a calendar with some nice landscapes on them, and I was looking at those all year when I clean, and when they throw those away, I'm going to get them. And I did. Oh, I don't think I want that on there. That's covering up too much. Yes, I do. I'm going to cut this so I can use part of it for something else. That's a good little scrap for something. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so they got new calendars, and they threw them in the trash can. They weren't dirty or anything. So I collected them. So now I have a lot of landscapes, and I have a lot of birds and animals and flowers and buildings, and I decided I'm going to do a glue book called Beautiful Outdoors, and just use outdoor elements on there. And I can even add a car if I want, because cars are outdoors. I have a lot of vintage cars and stuff. Magazine pictures, of course, not real ones, but I think I'm going to do that. Just sometimes I make glue books just to use them up. My most recent one before this one, what was it about? Oh, En Masse. En Masse. That's like a whole page of watches, a whole page of cookies, a whole page of this and a whole page of that. That's En Masse. And so I was tidying up. I have a few books. A few books like this where I'm working on it, where I have organized my images, and I was organizing this book, one of these books, and I thought to stop right there and make a glue book and use up a whole lot of stuff, and it's going to make it easier for you to organize the book. I haven't got back to organizing the book, but I did use up a lot of stuff. Okay, now I got everything glued down here, so hi Charlie, my big dog Charlie just opened the door. So I'm going to find some stuff to decorate these pages, and I'm looking at this vase right here. I'm going to put that right there. Oh, maybe not. I don't really want to cover up this. I think I'll put it right there. Yes. And I think this one of these trees, I'm going to put right there. I like that. What? And I always like to add a key with my Victorian houses. These are interesting keys. I think I'll add 2 keys. Oh. And I see a cog. I'm going to put a cog up here. I think I better go let them dogs out. Okay, I'm back. And I see some butterflies. I'm going to definitely put a butterfly over here by the house. Put those keys together. And a butterfly over here by this bird. And this little tiny thing, I see this and I'm just going to use it up someplace. Just because. How about this R too? Also. It's just nothing. It's I put that R right there. For no reason. And then, I'm going to put that right there. And I'm still looking for something to go right here. And I will find it. No, nothing on there. Okay. I have a lot of these Tim Holtz things, and I'm going to find something the right size too. Maybe not Tim Holtz, but something the right size. It's hard to decide. I've got a bunch of these, and I'm going to use one of them. I'm going to put that right there. These. Nope. I think I'll put that right there. It's good to layer things and overlap things. I don't think any birdhouses on this page. None of that. Here we go. This is just about right to put right there. Hide that little black spot. Yes, that works for me. Okay, what else should I put on here? I kind of want something overlapping that. Hey, here's another R with a square. I think maybe I'll put this right here. And these 2 R's there. No reason. No reason. And here's a little black circle with some polka dots. And a star. Whatever. I'm just going to kind of line these up down this seam. Don't lose that. Okay. No. 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 I don't really know what I'm looking for. I think Renovator's Supply. I just like the looks of this. And I'm going to put it right there. And I think I'm about done gathering up little extras. I think I'll look at a couple more pages. Actually, I like this key better than those keys. And I can just drop these on here and glue them on at another time. I do that, but they're all together, and I will see them. I don't like to have a whole lot of stuff running around loose in there, but a few loose items here and there is just fine. This is easy for me to use. This is a trunk. I'm thinking, no, I think I'm about done. I'm going to add this right there, just for no reason. I think I need something over here. Pocket watch, that'll do, and I'm done. I gotta glue these things down, then I'll be done. My thing's got, oh, a thimble just fell on here, and I am going to use it someplace. I don't know where, just because it's there. Alright. I think I'll overlap these two R's, just for no reason. There's a star. I'm going to glue down my tree. I think I need to go to Hobby Lobby and buy some more stuff. No, you don't, but I will. Pocket watch was actually a sticker, but I added a little glue to make it stick a little bit better. I gotta wash my hands as soon as I finish this page because my fingers are getting all sticky. I like a lot of things on my page. Sometimes I make them a little more basic, but I like a lot of stuff on there. I had it here, that's fine. I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, I got this. Okay. Moving along. Yeah, that fills in that space nicely. This glass jar of flowers. I think I need to fine-tune this a little bit. It's a little bit messy. Alright, that's a little bit better. I think I want that up here on this corner. Yes. That's a sticker, but I want to put some glue on it. If you've seen some of my hauls from Scrapbooking for Less, or the one I did from Hobby Lobby, you might recognize a lot of this stuff. This is the hole where you hang up the calendar, and I'm going to cover that up with the key. Yes. Now, I just got this thimble. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I will find a place. I'm gluing it. I'm putting glue on it. I still don't know where I'm going to put it. Where? Right there. Whatever. So there's 2 more pages done. And I just love this. I just love this book. And I'm going to do a flip through of the whole thing when I'm done. Hopefully soon. So here's another one of those houses. There's another one here someplace. Well, anyway, I'm going to gather up some more stuff to cover the next page. I'm going to wash my glue off my hands. I'm going to gather up some stuff to cover this page, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back again, doing my 3rd set of double pages. And I was talking about my house. So I got some of my scrapbook pages. I think I'll pull this out so there's no glare. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's got my address on it. This was our house when I moved in. I hope it's not glare. It was pink. And it had a 1-car attached garage and this concrete stoop, and it had this overhang. It was very 1965 style. And then this is after we painted it. It looks much better. I hope you can see that. And then before we even put the offer on the house, I wanted to put an addition on the house, and I wanted to have a front porch. So I drew this picture. I'm not a great artist, but this was my idea of what I wanted the house to be. So here's my front porch, and here's the 1-car garage turned into a 2-car garage with an upstairs over it. That was my dream 16 years ago before we put the offer on the house. And then it's coming. This is what my house looks like now. I got I built the porch. This was the overhang that was already there. I'm not that skilled. But we tore out the porch and built this deck and added the railing. I hope you can see that. And then here's my addition. It's not as fancy as the drawing. Here's the drawing. See, I wanted like arched windows, but I didn't do that. But I ordered this gingerbread trim to have right here, and probably can't see it too well, but there's gingerbread trim on the corner of the posts. And I just get a thrill every time I pull in the driveway because I love my house so much. And I actually have the only 2-story house on the block. It's about the same age as all the other houses, but mine's the only 2-story house. And so that's my 1965 Victorian house. But I really love my house. So those are my pictures. So here's what I've come up with. We'll go through one piece at a time and glue it on. This is a calendar page. I trimmed it down to fit. The cat's having dinner. Isn't that cute? So we'll get that glued down. It's going to take a minute. It's a pretty big page. It's going to take a lot of glue. Got to make sure I get the edges all done really good. I put it on a piece of newspaper to catch the glue. I've been doing this for 18 years. I use my glue stick and I put the thing that I'm gluing on a piece of newspaper because you got to glue on the edges, and I don't want the glue all over my countertop. How do you do it with your glue sticks so you don't get glue all over your work surface? I thought about using like one of these for a glue thing, but then, well, and I can wash it, but maybe I'll try that. I don't know, because the newspaper gets kind of sticky sometimes, and I've actually damaged a few things by things sticking. Okay, gotta clear this out of here. Get this all lined up. This really is fun doing such a large page for a change instead of the 8.5 by 11. That 8.5 by 11 is my favorite size. This is kind of some work. There's a lot of space to fill up, but it's also a fun little change of pace. Okay, now I've got this picture. A lady reading to her little girl. Now I imagine she's reading a story about the cats at the table. Does that make sense? Whatever. Oh. See there? Can you hear that tearing? It's sticking to the newspaper. I gotta flip over my newspaper to so that it's not sticky. Okay. All right. I've got this card from my scrapbooking supplies. Came from scrapbooking for less, from a 12 by 12 sheet of cards that you cut apart, and I rounded the edges. Oh my God. I just glued the front side. What am I thinking? The good thing this glue dries pretty fast, it'll be fine. I'll have to leave the page open for a while. Alright. Now, I've got several of these with different numbers. They're, I don't know what they are. They look vintage. Of course, they're a reprint, but they look good. Okay. So I'm going to, got a smear of glue right there. I'm going to put that right there. And then, oh, I got a bird cage with birds to go in there with the cats. And then I pulled out my book of tags that I like to make, and I made this a while back. I try to limit. This is a button and a bow and a sticker with that raises it up. I try to keep things in my glue books pretty flat, but occasionally I'll add something thicker. I like that. So I'm going to glue this tag on there. And when I make my tags, I like to add the buttons and the 3D things, the thicker things, just to add some more interest. So that's what I do. Alright, I'm trying to get this at an angle that's not going to cover up too much. Well, that's going to have to do. Okay. Here's another one of my strips of paper that I cut last night. I'm going to put that across the top just to fill in some bare space. Okay, slide this down. Gotta get it lined up. Okay. And I got this picture of a Victorian bedroom with some dolls. That's another pretty room right there. It was hard to decide which one to use to save, but I chose this one. I like the iron bed, I think. I just liked this one a little bit better. Oh, I was going to put that on this corner. Yeah. Then I got these bunnies from a catalog. That was from Folk Art. They were big in the 90s. Folk Art. I don't know if they still make them. I used to buy them at the store. And you can order kind of homemade stuff through the catalog. There's a lot of pretty things. The catalog was just fun to look at. I'm going to raise it up. Okay. Now I've got this picture of some plants and a little fence and a bird bath with a statue in it. And that's really pretty. That looks Victorian. So that goes right here. I almost wish I had put this out overlapping that, but that's okay. Then I've got this. This is from a Boyd's catalog. It's one of their dolls. It's very pretty. I'm wondering if I should trim it down. No, I'm going to leave it. I could cut it down a little more finer, but I'm just going to leave it. And I collect Boyd bears, and they have the Yesterday's Child series, which is girls. Well, not just girls, children. I have a lot of those. A friend of mine gave me one as a gift of the Yesterday's Child figurine. Oh, like 25 years ago. And I had it for quite a while, and then one day I was admiring it, and I thought, I want to collect those. Like, I need to collect more stuff. Okay, now I've got this. I got this house that I cut out, and I glued it to a piece of paper and cut her out the edges with fancy scissors. One day I sat down and I just did a whole bunch of those and made some little embellishments that I could do whatever I want with. So I'm going to put that right there. And I didn't cut straight, but we don't care. Then I've got this that I printed from Pinterest. Pretty lady. Again, another glue stick. Yep, another glue stick did. That's fine. Okay. So I want her right here. Maybe a little lower. Yep, that's nice. Then I've got these two things. I'm going to put that right here. With this globe, now this looks like a little schoolhouse. Well, not really. This is Graphic 45 right here, this stamp. See how I kind of angled that to make it more interesting, and the black is showing through, but that's fine. Then I've got these two quilt squares that I'm going to put on each side of the house, just for no reason. And then I'm ready to start adding some of my vintage embellishments. Okay. I got a wet washcloth to wipe my fingers off. All right. Let's see what we can use. I've got a train. I think that would look cute right there. Or do I like this horse better? Well, I have 2 trains. No, I'm going to use the train because I have 2 of them. Alright. Well, I could use this up here. I think I will. Just for no reason. I've got a bugle. I'm going to put that right there. Okay. I'm going to put this right there just to fill in that space. Here's a balloon. I'm going to make it look like it's flying over the party with the cats. And these are little tiny tags. This was actually a stamp from a, well, it's from a catalog for scrapbooking supplies, and it's a stamp. I'm going to put that right there. I think we need a ticket. A ticket to the ball for 50 cents. And I'm going to put these flowers right there. I've had these quite a while. I got to use those for something, and I will. But not today. I got this sticker. It says seeds. I'm going to put that right there. I got a little bird. Little bird. I'm going to put it right here. And this stuff? No. No. Oh, you know what? Here's a little trunk. A little chest. I'm going to put that in the room. And I'm going to put one of these keys right here. I had that pulled off for a previous page and I didn't use it. And I got a little circle. I'm going to put that right there. I think we about got it. I think that's enough extra little embellishments. So I'll get those glued down and I'm going to be done filming for today. So let's get these flowers glued on. Little tag. A balloon. My chair's squeaking. The tickets. I think that's everything on that page. This I'm going to curl a little bit because it's going to bend in the page. So I'm going to curl it up some. And it's trying to come up. So the point of making glue books for me, well, it's fun. It's a good artistic outlet. But it's to use up stuff. But I use up a lot of stuff and then I go buy more stuff. So, is that really working for me? Well, yeah, it's I enjoy it a lot. Yeah, I try to cover up these seams a little bit. You don't want to really cover them up, but just a little bit, yeah. We're going to add this trunk to the room right there. Oh, and I got this circle. I'm going to cut it down a little bit more. Okay. You ever drop little things that you're working on and you can't find it, and then it always turns up later after you decided you don't need it? Okay. This is not sticking too well. Well, not that it's not sticking. It doesn't want it. That bend in the page is pulling up on it. I think I got it. I got this ribbon covering part of the page, but it looks nice. I like it. So today we did this page, and this page, and this page. And I'm going to take a break now. I might get back to it later. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, only 4 more double pages to do. Awesome. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think so. Yes, cool. And I've already pulled this. Look at this pretty garden with the fence. It's got a little bit of a, you can barely see the house back there, but the fence and the flowers and the trees, I like that. That's going to go on my next page. I've already decided. So thanks for watching, and I'll keep making videos. Bye-bye.